and I'm going to go through them and give you some of the advantages and disadvantages of each option. You'll probably want to use both when the time comes, but those will be up for you to decide. The first option is LeoCAD. So I've installed LeoCAD, and let's pull it up here. Here we have LeoCAD, and to start off with, I'm just going to use one of the pre-existing bricks in LeoCAD and just drag it in there. And if we want to get this into Blender, all we do is go to File, Export, 3D Studio, and I'm just going to save it to my desktop as bricks. Save it, and then we can go straight to 2.54. Let's get rid of that cube. File, Import, 3D Studio. That's an option that should be there. And just head over to the desktop. Select the file that you exported it as and import. Alright, so there it is. And if we just switch to our camera view, which is button 0. So we have Lego in Blender. So that's a good start. Now, if we I'll just do a quick render of that. Go to the scene here and the world tab, and we're going to change this to white. Put on some ambient occlusion, and just hit F12 to render. So there we go. We have Lego in Blender. It doesn't look very good, but it's a good start. And I'm going to hit escape to get out of that. So let's explore some more options to get bricks into this Blender. Let's say that we wanted to do something a bit more ambitious than just a single brick, and we want to actually get a model out of out of LeoCAD and into Blender. Well, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go to Brick Shelf. We're going to type in the search gallery LDraw, and I'm going to use Star Wars as an example, but you can type in anything here, Castle, Town, and I'm sure you'll find something. I know what I'm looking for, so I'm going to hit More Folders, and here we have Chris Penderson 22's gallery. This guy is absolutely great if you like doing this kind of stuff, because he's done so many models. So I'm just going to pick a simple one here, 4477. Do save link as, again, to my desktop, and it's going to save. And we have it on our desktop. So let's take a look here. Here's the file, and we can just drag it right into LeoCAD. And there we have our model. We can hit File, Export, again, same thing. Again, File, Import, 3D Studio, head over to our desktop, and there we have it. Let's downsize it a bit so we can see it. And take a render, F12. Alright, that's looking okay. Not amazing or anything. So that's LeoCAD, but hey, let's take a look at the LDraw import script that I've mentioned before. I've saved it here to my desktop. I've downloaded it off of the link that is in the show notes. And in order to install this to Blender, what we need to do is we need to navigate to our C file, Program Files, find our Blender folder, and we're going to have to use the old version here. This isn't going to work in 2.54 at this point. That might change in the future, but at this point we need to use 2.49. We go to our .blender file, our scripts file, and here we find all these scripts. And it's very simple. All we have to do is grab this file here, drag it into here. Alright, we now have it here, and it should be installed if everything's right. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my 2.49 install. If I hit File, Import, I will see right here ldraw.dat.ldraw. And this is perfect because I can go in here. I can, I don't know why it's so slow right now. This is a new install, so I think I have to change some settings. But all I have to do is hit the ldraw option, head to the desktop, select the model, hit the import, and here we go. Now, a word of warning, this method, this ldraw method, takes much longer than the LeoCAD method, okay, to import, especially when you have massive files. With the LeoCAD, it was almost instant. With this, it's going to take a bit more time. You'll also notice that, well, it's just way too big. What's going on here? Why is it so large? I have no idea. But if you hit A to select all, and then hit R to rotate, all of a sudden it sizes it down, and we can again see it. You're going to see here that all the bricks are kind of messed up. I have no idea why they look like that, but all you have to do is hit Tab to go into edit mode, and then Tab out, and it's fixed. And this is the same with every single brick. Just Tab and it fixes. So that's one difference with the LeoCAD. Another interesting note about this ldraw method, which is in some ways a curse, in some ways a great blessing, is all the bricks that are similar are linked. So here we have two bricks that are exactly the same. These two bricks are exactly the same. And when we go into edit one, look, we edit all three of these. So if we're trying to save rendering time and memory and stuff, and nobody's ever going to see these, so we want to delete them, all we have to do is delete them off of one, all those vertex off of one, and away they go. So that's an advantage to the ldraw method. As it especially becomes prominent when you are doing large models. And I did another video a while back about the differences and the advantage, and I'll link to that if you want more info on that. But we're going to move on from here. Okay, so we have this model here in Blender 2.49, but we want to use the latest version of Blender. So how do we get these bricks from 2.49 into 2.54? Well, it's actually quite simple. All we have to do is go up here, see File, Save, head to our Blender file or wherever you keep these things. I'm just going to do it on Blender again, just to keep it simple. I'm going to hit Save As. Affiliated it with anything, but that's okay. Just going to head in my 2.54 file, File Open, Desktop, Untitled, and here it is. Completely fine. The bricks are still messed up for some reason, but that's not an issue.